Okay, thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for clicking the little bell. What the? Something's different, right? Whatever. Well, welcome to another episode. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, now we have another episode of Evan and Amber Do America. Because that's all they've been doing lately. They've been fucking America. You know, they just go around fucking everybody. Okay, that's not true, but they have been doing America. They're trying to fuck everybody over. So look, let's look at this first. Now, remember that we did that thread from the person that I won't name, but they're all over Twitter, right? Now, what happened here is we're going to talk about the mutual abuse for a little bit. It was funny because during the trial, during the Amber Heard trial, you had people that were doing, what were they talking about? Mutual abuse. Oh, well, it was mutual abuse. It was mutual abuse. And that's why Johnny is the abuser. Dude, the mutual abuse is literally what the abuser does. And that's why I had said during the trial, all the people that are claiming mutual abuse are the abusers. So what does domestic violence experts use? What do domestic violence experts use to determine who is the abuser? Which individual is using coercive control? Coercive control is recognized as a central aspect of domestic violence. Denying, minimizing, blaming. Accusing you of mutual abuse. Now, it's right there. It's right there. So I think the fact is now proven. It's now proven. All the people during the trial that were claiming mutual abuse, those are the people that are abusers themselves. Excuse me. Ugh. I had Burger King again. I always make the mistake, but it's just so good. It's so good. The 2 for $5. Oh, I love it. So now we're moving over to some Evan Rachel Wood. Look at this thread. We have been roasting some threads lately, but I want to put this one forward because it really didn't get a lot of traction. And that's why it pisses me off, because those other ones that are full of shit, those threads that are just a bunch of bullshit put together, or they're talking about the documentary, or, oh no, HBO, and she went on HBO, and you need to listen to that. No. This is a good thread. And this thread, I don't have the likes here right in front of me because I didn't get it on the photo, but this thread barely got any traction on Twitter. It didn't get 100,000 likes, I'll tell you that shit. Because this thread is pro Marilyn Manson. The Marilyn from I Heart Toshiro on Twitter. The Marilyn Manson case and Johnny Depp case are not the same. Marilyn Manson has multiple accusers. Okay, here is a thread about many of the accusations, their inconsistencies, and why they can't be taken at face value. For starters, these accusers didn't organically rise. They were reached out to via email by Evan Rachel Wood and her scissor sister, Ilma Gore. They were then given checklists and asked if these incidents happened. Now, the thing about this is we can look at this checklist. It's not some kind of checklist that's like official or something. You know, like if you have cancer and then you'll go to a doctor and the doctor will be like, okay, what's your symptoms? Tell me your symptoms. No. And then they'll like check this stuff off. Okay, well, we're going to run some more tests to check if you have cancer. That's not what this is, man. This is literally just a list of things that they did with him that they all feel guilty about. So then they passed them out to all the women and they were like, well, did you do any of these things? Just go ahead and mark an X, please. Just mark an X, and that way we can show where he abused you. Dude, look at some of these. We're not even going to read them all, but look, blood drinking. Like, how is he going to force you to blood drink? You have to drink it yourself. You have to drink it. What, did he put a gun to your head? And he's like, drink the blood. Given a dress code. What things? What are you talking about? How is he controlled? And we've already established that Evan Rachel Wood lied about that. She dressed just like her boyfriends. See? So there's other ones here, matching tattoos. Dude, a tattoo takes consent. You have to consent to a tattoo. You have to tell the artist, the tattoo artist, what you want. Excuse me. And then you have to sit there and get it. You have to sit there and take the tattoo. So then what? The whole time they were getting their tattoos, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. No. Dude, come on. Give me a fucking break with this crap. With this crap. That's all it is. MM's accusers, Gabriella, Sarah McNeely, Chloe Black, Ashley Smithline, Esme Bianco, Ashley Walters, and Evan Rachel Wood came out with their accusations at the same time. Pair this with the recruitment and checklist supplied by Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, you'll see an obvious pattern. Now, did I get this? Next, no, let's just zoom in because I didn't get it. What is this? Marilyn Manson. Okay, Mo Ryan, February 1st, February 1st. And then look on this other side, it also says February 1st. And really, that's the thing with this. They all came out and they accused him at the same time. And yeah, that's one of the things that makes a case so good, that they accused him. Like, oh, he has so many accusers. Dude, this was all a setup. Everything about it was set up. I can't even believe that people can't really see that. Let me see. Let me move this just a tad bit right there. I can't believe that. I can't believe people can't understand that this was totally set up. I really can't. Gabriella, an accuser, says Marilyn Manson made a blood pact with her. However, shortly after she engaged in a brief relationship with him, Marilyn Manson posted a picture of her on Instagram 9 days after they met. She now claims she was triangulated, what? By Marilyn Manson, whatever that means. What? The fuck? He posted this photo on his Instagram 9 days after we met. I had no idea that he did until people started texting me. Again, I thought this was his way of making me feel special. Yeah, it kind of is. What the fuck? What is your problem? Oh, and by the way, with these Evan videos and Amber Heard videos, cussing is on. I'm lifting the cussing ban because these women deserve it. I could call them other names, but I care about my subscribers more. Next. Gabriella also says he offered her cocaine on a tour bus and asked her to shower in front of him. Well, that's a little bit weird, but he is Marilyn Manson. Note, she doesn't say he made her take a shower in front of him. He asked. See, sounds like consent. Afterwards, she gave Marilyn Manson her number and had wine with him on their second meeting. Okay, and then we zoom in. I adore you and I will miss you every moment we are apart. Don't forget the boat of the fragile mind. And don't forget our plans. To Mickey and Mallory Miss. I don't know, it's too blurry. I can't see that last part. Let's see, I'll make sure I didn't get it. Okay, well, here it is. Yeah, zoomed in. Let's check this one too. This is the only evidence Gabriella has presented. Is a man not allowed to send a heart-filled text? Also, did she tell him to stop messaging her? Of course not. Of course not. I see inside jokes, things only they would get. Mickey and Mallory Mouse. There we go. NBK. Sounds like they bonded over natural born killers. Oh, okay. Hey, man. See, like when you read that, sounds like they bonded over natural born killers. Like that would be weird. But it's Marilyn Manson, man. Like that's the deal in this game. So yeah, there it is right there. I adore you and I will miss you every moment we are apart. Don't forget the boat of the fragile mind, and don't forget our plans. To Mickey and Mallory Mouse. Well, all right. Sarah McNeely. An accuser is a bondage model known for doing hook suspension. Like Gabriella, she accuses Marilyn Manson of love bombing. This is because the accusers came together to agree on terms. Sarah says Marilyn Manson hid objects to make her look incompetent so he could punish her. What? Fine. Then he did. I guess. That sounds so stupid. In February 21, Chloe Black accused Marilyn Manson of abuse. She filed a lawsuit under the name Jane Doe. Her case was dismissed because the abuse took place in 2011, statute of limitations. She says her memory was repressed until February 21, so she couldn't report the abuse in 2011. You mean your memory was repressed? Oh, your memory was repressed. No, your memory was repressed because you met Ilma Gore and then she let everybody know what was going on. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's been theories, there's been ideas and rumors out there saying who is the bigger instigator, Evan Rachel Wood or Ilma Gore. I have to go with Ilma Gore. I don't believe that Evan Rachel Wood is smart enough. I think Evan Rachel Wood is just the face. That's all to be honest with you. I don't think Evan Rachel Wood is smart enough to be able to pull all this shit off. I genuinely think that she's just being pushed forward. Chloe's repressed memories don't add up, though. When the allegations blew up in February 21, she released a song about sexual abuse that she says was inspired by Marilyn Manson. She also says she shot the music video in 2020. This isn't how repressed memories work. But also, Chloe's legal filings claim Marilyn Manson killed an underage girl in a 90s snuff film. We've already talked about that. That's in the new legal documents. 90s snuff film called Groupie. However, the woman featured in Groupie, Paula Weiss, came forward in 21 and stated Groupie was fake. Paula was also 22 at the time, and there's her testimony. One final note about Chloe Black, Jane Doe. Many media outlets list them as two separate people. This means news reporters have counted Chloe Black and Jane Doe as two different accusers. Now, that's a very good point, because you need to understand these people in the media don't give a shit. They don't give two fucks about if they're telling the truth, if they're lying, if they're telling people whatever a narrative they want to create. They don't care. They genuinely don't care. So really, remember that 16? Oh, he has 16 accusers. Okay, well, it's really 15. And it's probably even less. It's probably even less, dude. Okay, next. Phoebe Bridgers says Marilyn Manson called a room in his house a rape room. Dark humor isn't proof, and how does she define teenager? Evan Rachel Wood says 19 is a kid. No, it isn't, and I don't disagree. But 19 isn't a 15-year-old. And did Marilyn Manson say this to her, or was the joke tossed around in small circles? No context. Now let's zoom into this. Trigger warning. I went to Marilyn Manson's house when I was a teenager with some friends. Why didn't you just say 19? Why do you have to say teenager? Because you're trying to push a narrative. I was a big fan. He referred to a room in his house as the rape room. I thought it was just his horrible frat boy sense of humor. What? Marilyn Manson, frat boy? Are you fucking kidding me? You moron, Phoebe Bridgers. What is wrong with you? You think that a guy like Marilyn Manson has frat boy humor? Or the truth, which is the truth, you just used the frat boy humor because you're using a term that's specific to abuse cases. So that way they can be like, oh, Marilyn Manson, frat boy, bad. Marilyn Manson, bad. That's all you're doing, bro. You expect me to believe that a guy like Marilyn Manson, no offense to the guy, he's probably a nerd. He's probably one of those nerdy dudes, okay? Frat boy is more my style, not his. And that's so stupid that you want to know what the real problem with that? And there's so many women that would believe that bullshit. Oh, well, Marilyn Manson talks like a frat boy. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't, dude. He's either goth or he's a nerd. He's probably both. He's probably a goth nerd that's just, he got really good at his job. He was good at making music and he hit really hard. That's it. He's really successful. Frat boy? That's a political term to talk about abusers, dude. Ashley Walters, an accuser and former assistant, has alleged several accounts of abuse. One of her claims is that she was offered up for sex. She provides no context or elaborates further. And I talked about that before. So what? What did he do? Hey, man, this is my assistant, Ashley. You want to touch her ass? Oh, yeah. Come and touch it. Come and touch it. Come and squeeze her tits. Yeah, squeeze her tits. No, that's the stupidest fucking thing. And you know who would believe that? I'm sorry to the ladies watching. The only people that would believe that bullshit are other women. And you ladies know that that's true. You know it's true. How does an adult offer another adult up for sex? Exactly. Thank you, Toshiro. In Ashley Walters' court documents against Marilyn Manson, she states she was drinking alcohol with Esme Bianco, another woman who'd go on to accuse Manson, which resulted in Ashley totaling Marilyn Manson's car. I just feel like something like that should just disqualify you completely. You totaled the guy's fucking car, and then you're going to come out and try and claim abuse by him? Are you fucking crazy? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with these women in their head? Like, is that how entitled that they are? Because that's what they are. They're all white, entitled women. They have money. They're not poor. Okay, they're not like us. They don't have normal people problems. So you can't expect me to believe that they think, you can't expect me to believe that they think all this stuff actually happened. Dude, no. Ashley wants to spin it that she was fired for unjust reasons. There's your fucking unjust reason, Smashley Walters, you moron. Superior Court Judge Michael Stern dismissed Walters' lawsuit because of too few facts. Like Chloe, Walters claimed she couldn't file in 2011 because of repressed memories of her abuse surfaced in February 2021, just like Chloe. See, and that's something that criminals wouldn't do that. If you're a real criminals that have done crime in their life before, they would sit back and they'd be like, well, I mean, we all can't come out at the same time, because that's going to look obvious. We all can't do that. These people aren't criminals, bro. They're just entitled white women that wanted to get back at their ex-boyfriend. That's literally it. Criminals would never make that kind of stupid mistake. Just like the letterhead on the FBI letter, that's the only reason the people, one of the many reasons, and also they did typos. On an FBI letter, there were typos. And then they didn't do it on letterhead. They didn't even make fraudulent letterhead, dude. Like, that's how stupid these criminals, which they aren't actually criminals, even though it was a crime, these criminals are. And really, we should even stop referring to them as women, because they're not women, they're criminals. That's what they are. They broke federal law. They impersonated federal agents. But they'll probably never go to prison for it because they're women. Ashley Morgan Smithline, an accuser, told People magazine she was raped by Marilyn Manson between 20 and 300 times. So let's throw her a bone here. Let's throw her a bone. Let's say it was 300 times. Let's say it was. You realize that means you had sex with him 300 times. You realize that, right? Or what is rape to you? Rape just means he came up and grabbed your boob or something? Like, what are you talking? That's what you mean, right? You got to mean penetration 300 times. Why can't you admit that you're guilty, that you had sex with Marilyn Manson 300 times? That's actually more of a compliment to him, because you had sex with him 300 times. He pounded that vagina 300 times, lady. So I can imagine why you're mad. In the short time they were together, 20 to 300, that's a wide estimate, leaving too much speculation. But let's look a little deeper, shall we? Ashley Morgan Smithline claims she has PTSD, night terrors, anxiety, and OCD. OCD? What? What the hell does OCD have to do with abuse? What, because you want to clean your room a lot? You're going to blame Marilyn Manson because everything needs to be perfect? You're going to blame Marilyn Manson? Really? OCD? Oh, what a dick. Because of the abuse she endured from Manson. They met in 2010, and many of these photos tell a different story. This is her surviving a monster. There they are right there. She looks pretty damn happy. She looks very happy, dude. Look at that. She looks damn... So when was all this happening? When was all of this abuse happening? It wasn't. None of it was happening. And you want me to tell you what? Yes, the Amber Heard case was one thing. It kind of felt like Amber set it up for like years and years and years. But this one, this Marilyn Manson thing, this is worse. Because it kind of seems like he was just a very, very loving boyfriend. It seems like he was just a very loving guy. And they all loved him back. But then whatever may be the reason that they all broke up, and now he's married. And really, if you look at his wife, I don't have a picture of her here. I'll see if I can get it. She's exactly like them. So you can really understand why they would be fine all banding together and, oh, let's come together to accuse him. Let's come together. Because they're jealous that woman that looks exactly like them, that she's white, like she has light skin, pale skin, and she's white, and she's basically who they were during their relationship, but she got to marry him. So there's your perfect motive right there. Ashley also told People that she and the accusers all feel and agree that Manson's objective was that he wanted them all to essentially commit suicide. And that's a serial killer. No, she added, Marilyn Manson isn't Jeffrey Dahmer, and I'm not going to entertain this silly notion. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then she says that she got hacked because of those messages that we read in the court documents. You do realize the hacked excuse is literally what everybody on social media does when they say something that they're not supposed to say on social media. You know that, right? Ashley, you idiot. So stupid. It's also hard to take Ashley Morgan Smith line seriously when she posted photos of an abused neck on Instagram following her accusations that were pulled from Pinterest. Now let's move on to Esme Bianco, another accuser who claims she was groomed by Manson in her mid-20s. What? Again, how are you groomed? You're in your 20s. You see, and this is what I'm talking about. They're getting this information from someone. Someone is telling them. And is it Gore? Is it Ilma Gore telling them to talk that way? Like, because people that actually know what the term grooming means, they know that grooming means with little children. It means with kids. You can only groom children. You can't groom an adult. Bianco, it's usually not okay. Mid-20s, everyone knows groom. Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows grooming is usually an act of pedophilia. Bianco's claim isn't only a reach, but a redefining of a serious word. They all redefine them, and that's why it's so unbelievable that they have to change the terms to make them fit this bullshit. Bianco has tried to sue Manson for sex trafficking. However, her definition of sex trafficking is Manson buying her a first-class plane ticket to travel from the UK to the US so they could film a found footage video for one of his songs, which Bianco agreed to participate in. See, if any of this shit that they were saying was real, if it was actually real, then there would have been plenty of times where they would have said, no, I don't want to do something. No, I don't want to do this. And no, I don't want to do that. And then he just kept on asking, right? There was never once. There was never once. They've all talked about the things they've done, and they all agreed. So it's so easy to see that this whole thing is simply, well, I consented 10 years ago, but now I'm guilty about it, and he abused me. Well, then that's not abuse, lady. Bianco's only evidence is her back with whip marks. However, this photo offers no context. Legally speaking, how can I determine this is her? Also, these look like rope marks, not whip marks. Bianco has a history of rope and bondage acts. Now, we've already done, what do you call it? Analyzation. That's what I was going to say. Analyzation of this. We've analyzed it already, and that's not even her. The marks don't line up. You see those little spots? This isn't even her. So, such bullshit. The moment these accusers hit the news, February 21, Ilma Gore notified police to report a wellness check on Manson. She then tipped off the media to make it look like the police had raided Manson, as seen as in his defamation lawsuit. Essentially, Ilma Gore staged a scene and swatted him. See, and Ilma Gore did that. So what makes you think that Ilma Gore didn't set up all of this shit? Because I'll sit here right in front of you, looking you in the eyes, and I'll tell you, I don't think that Evan Rachel Wood is smart enough to pull off any of this shit. I'm sorry. I do not. Not in the slightest. In addition to the checklist, Evan Rachel Wood and Gore provided the accusers oh, I'm sorry. I haven't even been calling them Scissor Sisters. Whoops, I forgot. Let me go do that again. In addition to the checklist, Evan Rachel Wood and Scissor Sister Ilma Gore provided the accusers. There's proof that she and Gore, the Scissor Sisters, drafted a fake FBI letter and forged the name of a real FBI agent to recruit women from Manson's past. Now, given all of this, you tell me, does Marilyn Manson deserve justice? Absolutely he does. And these women deserve to go to prison, but they're not going to because they're women. But this right here, imagine if a man did that. He would have been arrested by now. He'd been in prison. He would have been sentenced. It would have been all over the news. If Marilyn Manson tried to do what they did, he'd be in prison right now. Now, I believe that is the end of that thread. So we got another thread coming up right here. This one is from the man. Let me go back and credit that person again, because this is a great account, great person. I think it's a dude. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say if it is or not. I Heart Toshiro on Twitter. Great profile. He's all over the Manson case right now. Go and check him out on Twitter. Him, when I say him, go and check him out. It's not like him or her, whatever. Go and check them out. There we go. This one is from @the Manson Cases on Twitter. Evan Rachel Wood is under federal FBI investigation to include the U.S. Attorney's Office for creating and submitting a fake FBI letter in family court. Good. Good. Now, do I think anything will come of that? No. No. I mean, do you really think that the FBI is going to arrest somebody that went in front of the California State Senate? Do you think the FBI is going to arrest someone that went in front of Congress? Do you have any idea how bad that would make both of those bodies look? The California State Senate and Congress, that'll make them look so bad. And if there's one thing that those type of people don't do, they don't admit when they're wrong. We know Evan Rachel Wood is under investigation due to... Oh, wait, we got to read that. Number 9, I understood from my conversations with Agent Langer at the time she was not authorized to prepare a declaration in a civil action stating the above facts because of the ongoing investigation of the letter by her office and the U.S. Attorney's Office. I do believe that was in some of the stuff we read. We are going to finish those Manson papers. And I just want to send a shout out to all the people that gave me support. When I dropped the Manson case, I did so because, the Manson supporters were giving me shit. And it annoys me, man. Like, what am I going to be putting in my effort? And then the people that are supporting him as well, they're, well, you don't even need to be here. We don't like people like you. Me, But after I said that, after I dropped the Manson case, a lot of people reached out to me. They told me that, you shouldn't listen to what these other people that don't like you say. Don't listen to them. Just do what you're going to do and make yourself happy. And I just want to tell them thank you. I didn't realize how many there were. A lot of people came into my emails and even my Instagram. Thank you to everybody. And we're going to do it. Now I'm going to go even harder in the paint because with Evan, the cursing ban is off. So like with everything else, with the normal news, whenever we do an article, the cursing ban will be on. But for Evan and Amber, we know Evan Rachel Wood is under investigation due to a legal declaration from attorney Blair Burke. The new declaration is part of a number of new declarations on behalf of Marilyn Manson's lawsuit. In December 21, the fake FBI letter was leaked along with other court documents. Let's zoom in. It's a little zoom action. Evan Rachel Wood claims Marilyn Manson threatened to fuck her 8-year-old son and destroy the family. What? Hold on. Threatened to fuck her 8-year-old son? What? You're disgusting. How dare you say that about that man? You're a disgusting individual. I could say so many other fucking words about her, but I'm not going to. You're a horrible person, Evan. Threatened to fuck her 8-year-old son and destroy the families of his other alleged victims in unearthed documents from her custody battle with ex Jamie Bell. Okay, and these are the highlighted parts. It's kind of blurry, so let's see if we can get it. Court documents unearthed by Daily Mail claim Marilyn Manson threatened to fuck ex-girlfriend Evan Rachel Wood's 8-year-old son. What the fuck is wrong with you, Evan? What is wrong with you? What is your problem? You are fucked in the head and you belong in an institution. Manson is currently under investigation over claims of sexual abuse and human trafficking. More than a dozen women, including Wood, accused him of abuse. Wood said that the new developments in pending criminal investigation in Manson's case have made her very concerned about her son's safety when in L.A. What? She also claimed one of Manson's other alleged victims recorded the rocker saying that he had pictures of her children as well as their social security numbers. Fine. This is grossing me out, and I'm getting fucking pissed off. You know what, Evan? You're a horrible person. I can't believe you brought him trying to say he was gonna bang your child. You're a horrible fucking person, Evan. Ugh. There is also a witness to Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore discussing and creating the fake FBI letter. A new deposition from Ilma's twin, Brighton, is part of Marilyn Manson's filings. Brighton details overhearing the phone conversation with Evan and seeing Ilma create the letter. Horrible criminals. And we're going to read all this again once we go into the court documents, but let's still look at this. Number 6, in or around April to May 21, I was sitting next to Ilma in the sunroom of my house while she was on a call with Wood over the speakerphone. You fucking moron. Ilma told me it was Wood on the phone. During this call, Wood said there was something wrong with the FBI letter, that she needed Ilma to send her a copy. This call was tense and Ilma appeared unnerved. Ilma was using the iPad Pro. I witnessed Ilma use the Procreate application, a graphics editing tool I was familiar with, to transfer a signature from one document onto what appeared to be a letter from the federal law enforcement agent. Watching this was alarming, so I asked Ilma what she was doing. She said the letter was from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and it was okay because she said, I know the agent and have her number. When Ilma was finished working the letter, I watched her send it back to Wood, working on the letter. Oh my God. In front of your twin, you stupid moron. Brighton Gore details being gifted a broken iPad Pro by Ilma for her and her children. What a dick, man. You gave him a broken iPad. What an asshole, Scissor Sister. Adding, she was aware Ilma and Evan Rachel Wood were dating. It is this broken iPad where the fake FBI letter was discovered. FBI letter is later discovered, and evidence proving a conspiracy theorist against Manson. All right, let's get a little zoom action. Number 10. In or around September 21, living with Ilma became intolerable. Ilma vacated the house, saying that she was going on a work trip to Florida. She did not come back. Ilma left behind various items, furniture, and boxes at the house. She took, Dincy's iPad Pro with her. She did not take the broken iPad that she had gifted to me and my daughters. When Ilma left, there was no doubt in my mind that the broken iPad belonged to me. In or around October to November 21, I attempted to get the broken iPad running. I did not get the screen fixed because it was too expensive. However, I plugged in the broken iPad into a weaker power source, not the wall jack, which I thought may help it get powered up. It worked, and the broken iPad powered up. Over the years, Ilma shared her iCloud credentials with me so that I could use her account and Apple devices. I opened the iPad with those credentials once it was powered up so I could use it. Brighton Gore discovers her name was being used fraudulently by her sister, Scissor Sister, to include emails, draft social media posts, etc. Then she discovers the fake FBI letter, items related to Evan Rachel Wood, the Phoenix Act, and Marilyn Manson. All right, let's get a little zoom action. 12. What I saw on the broken iPad horrified me. Among other things, I saw emails and draft emails that were purportedly written and or sent by me, which I never drafted. So she stole her own twin's identity. What the fuck makes you think that she didn't start all this shit herself? Which is even weirder because what? Like, what is your deal, Scissor Sister? What is your deal? What's your problem? Like, what did you have against Manson? And I haven't been able to get anyone to do interviews. I was supposed to do interviews with that other Phoenix person, Skia or something, but they backed out on me because apparently Manson's wife told them not to do an interview with me. I don't know if that's because of how I am, because I am non-PC and I'm anti-feminist, I guess, or if that's because, they didn't want them talking about the case. But either way, I want to know, what the hell does Ilma Gore have against Marilyn Manson? I'm telling you straight up, I don't think Evan did it. I don't think Evan did any of this bullshit. I think she was a patsy. I think she's dumb in the head, like there's nothing there in her brain, and all of this was done by Ilma Gore, and Evan is just the face. So I ask again, what does Ilma Gore have against Marilyn Manson? Is it because he's popular and she just wanted to take a popular man down, a powerful man down? Probably. She's probably one of those anti-men lesbos. Yeah, I said lesbos. Ashley Walters, a former personal assistant to Marilyn Manson, is detailed in Brighton Gore's declaration. On the iPad, Brighton finds emails and text messages from Walters. It includes Marilyn Manson's personal info, such as emails, social media logins, SSN, a social security number, and more. And if you remember correctly, this is all what they accused him of. Projection, exactly the same as Amber Heard. Another series of items I saw on the broken iPad were pictures of emails and text messages from Ashley Walters that contained email addresses, social media logins, passwords, addresses, social security numbers, and other personal information about Warner. Poor guy. Marilyn Manson, I'm sorry, bro. Ashley Walters was one of Marilyn Manson's accusers that came forward with Evan Rachel Wood on 2/1/21. She sued Manson in court, claiming egregious allegations, and then lost. But now there's proof she was in on the conspiracy from the beginning with Evan Rachel Wood and others. Now I think it's just she's mad at him probably because he fired her because something happened. I don't think there's any abuse anywhere in this entire case. I don't think there's a one single smidge of abuse anywhere. And I think that's what makes this case so much worse than Johnny Depp's. Because not only did we hear that Amber Heard was a lying piece of shit, not only did we hear that, that's what we heard on the audios. This is all planned. All these women came together. They knew what they were doing, and they obviously weren't very smart about it. Marilyn Manson's ex-assistant, okay, whatever. Marilyn Manson's case also has a new declaration from a person behind an Instagram account. The declaration details provide DM conversations with another accuser. In the DMs, she admits the allegations against Manson have been fabricated. And that's the one we've seen already. And that's the person, that Scaia person, that's the person I was supposed to have an exclusive with, but it fell through. Sad. Ashley Morgan Smithline was one of the Marilyn Manson's accusers that came forward with Evan Rachel Wood. Okay, we talked about her last one. She's in court right now suing Manson, claiming egregious allegations based on a lie. These private DMs show a conspiracy. Okay. I have yet to see a major news outlet report on any of this after they elevated accusations. We know by FBI agent who was used in the letter that Evan Rachel Wood is being investigated. Marilyn Manson was conspired against and instantly believed due to his shock rock persona. Now let's see if we can see. No way. That's way too small to see. If you follow this thread, here's more information. So I think that thread is done, and then they did another one, so now we're going to go into that other one. And I like these threads. I like that I don't have to roast them. I don't have to talk shit. I'm just showing the facts that these people have put together, because these are really good. These are really thorough, and these people have done a really great job. And I think people should see that. They should see this work that's put together, because these threads don't get traction. They don't get a lot of traction on Twitter, because Twitter is for Evan Rachel Wood. Evan Rachel Wood claimed in Instagram stories that Marilyn Manson's wife and Leslie Lane were threatening her and filed a police report. It was an incident report and it was unfounded. Okay, let's see. There it says unfounded. Victim 1, Wood Evan. Person 2, Brian Warner. Person 1, Scissor Sister. Okay. Yeah, nothing. Evan Rachel Wood and others came forward with accusations against Marilyn Manson on February 1st, 21. On February 4th, 21, Leslie Lane shares photos of her time with Evan and Manson. These photos are from 10/31/07. Evan dressed as Eva Braun of the Dead. Eva Braun was Adolf Hitler's wife. By February 5th, Evan posted a police report on her Instagram stories with claims she was threatened. Evan claims these photos were taken when she was underage. And given large amounts of alcohol and drugs. What do you mean given? Dude, you were a drug addict. He didn't care. You said it yourself. You were a junkie. That you were having skin peels and you were itching everywhere. You were a fucking junkie, Evan. He didn't care because he knew you were a fucking junkie, dude. She loved meth. She loved dressing like a Nazi. And which is actually, I wanted to talk about that. Here's a theory that makes a lot of sense for me. Now, her mother was Jewish, right? I guess not really Jewish, but whatever, that Jewish that they call that. This person was rebellious against her mother. She hated her parents like she was one of those rebellious children. So it's no wonder why she did all this Nazi shit. Because in a sense, doing all this Nazi shit was a way to get back at her mother because her mother was a Jew. You see? And that's what happens with these rebellious people. They just want to, I want to get back at my parents. I hate my parents so bad. I'm going to move to California and become an actress because they're from Ohio and they're conservatives and they care about church and I don't care about church. So that's how they are, dude. That's how they are. That's exactly how they are. And then they can't live up to their parents' expectations because their parents are conservative or Republican or whatever the hell you call it. So they want them to live normal lives and be prosperous as citizens of society. So they're like, no, I'm going to move to California. My parents live, and I was born, but I don't like being born there. I was born in Ohio, and my parents are from Ohio. So I'm going to move to California, and I'm going to become a liberal, and I'm going to be some drug addict freak. Dude, and that's exactly how those people are. And they do everything they do to get back at their parents. It's really, really sad. She was 20 years old and has been described as using drugs before they dated. Because she's a fucking drug addict. That's why. Evan Rachel Wood then shares Discord screenshots against Manson's wife, Lindsay, and Leslie Lane. The Discord messages are from months before the December 21 police report, possibly edited. Evan claims this conversation is both of them discussing releasing embarrassing photos. All right, let's see. Can't really see that. Hold on. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it. No, I can't see that either. Damn it. Oh, well, there it is. According to Leslie Lane, Ilma Gore, who is also being sued by Manson, sent her a DM in December 21. Ilma Gore DM. Oh, excuse me. No. Let me read that all again. I got to read it right. According to Leslie Lane's scissor sister, Ilma Gore, who is also being sued by Manson, sent her a DM. In December 21, scissor sister Ilma Gore DM'd her to let her know they'd filed 2 police reports on her and Manson's wife. This was less than 2 months before Evan and others accused Manson. One report found. Threatening message from Wood's girlfriend, Ilma Gore. Oh, scissor sister. Let's see. I wanted you to know I have screenshots of your Discord page about conspiring to release photos and file 2 police reports. I doubt the police will do anything about it. What? Dude, if you doubt the police will do anything about it, it's because there's nothing for them to do. There's nothing for them to do anything about, dude. What do you not understand? If there was something there in the first place, then the police would be fine. They wouldn't care. They'd be cool. They'll drop his ass and they'll put him in a cell. They don't care. You got nothing, scissor sister. You have nothing. I know. Right? You got to say it in Spanish. I know. Evan Rachel Wood claims in the same Instagram story that Marilyn Manson was an anti-Semite. She uses her mother as being Jewish as a sort of explanation for her Halloween costume. Oh, I told you, dude. That's how these rebellious children are. Oh, my mom was a Jew, so you know what? I'm going to do the Hitler sign, and I'm going to put a mustache on because I'm going to get back at my mom. I'm telling you, man, and that's how they are. And they hate their parents because their parents are Republican. So I'm going to move to California, and I'm going to become an actress, and I'm going to be a huge star, and they're going to see. They're going to see. No, they ain't going to see shit. They're going to see you turn into a junkie on Skid Row in California. That's what they're going to see. She uses her mother. Okay. Past interviews from years ago, she claims no religious beliefs. See, it really was that. I'm telling you, it's so easy to see. Now, she does it to fit her claims. All right, let's get a little zoom action. See if we can. I was called a Jew in derogatory manner. He would draw swastikas over my bedside table when he was mad at me. I heard the N-word over and over. Everyone around him was expected to laugh and join in. If you did not, or God forbid, called him out, you were singled out and abused more. I have never been more scared. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. My mother is Jewish and I was raised in the religion. I told you. I'm telling you, man. Because she converted and wasn't of Jewish descent, he would say things like, that's better because I wasn't blood Jewish. And there's the mom. I know. Gotta say it in Spanish. I know. According to the incident report, scissor sister Ilma Gore is the one to call police on behalf of Evan Rachel Wood. And that's pretty much what this whole thing is. Scissor sister started it, and Evan Rachel Wood is like, oh, well, I'm a fucking moron. What's gonna happen? Okay, tell me, scissor sister. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it all. She's fucking brainless, dude. Scissor Sister admits to being part of the Discord group discussion. No direct threats or blackmailing were made to the victim, Evan. She was only made aware by OP1 Scissor Sister. Okay, let's see. This is going to be tough. Okay, let's check this out. On 12/19/20, OP1 Scissor Sister contacted the MNPD on behalf of the victim and advised that individuals were attempting to leak photos of the victim which were of a sensitive and private nature. Okay. That's not even illegal, is it? That's not illegal. Like, isn't that like revenge porn? Don't they actually have to put them out in order for revenge porn to be a thing? I guess. But even if it's not, then what? She didn't even say what. Excuse me. The reporting officer met the victim. The victim explicitly stated she did not wish to have her address listed as her residence. The victim stated that the spouse, suspect 2, of her former partner, OP1, was petitioning an acquaintance of the victim, suspect 1, to send sensitive photos of the victim to her so she could ruin the victim's career. Yeah, right. Suspect 1 then posted in a group chat with about 100 people in it, including OP1, that suspect 2 was asking her to send the photos and she wanted the opinions of the group on what to do. In the group chat, the messengers were using nicknames. The victim showed the reporting officer screenshots of the messages sent from OP1 per the victim and OP1. Suspect 1 was Born Villain, right? Was Born Villain, and suspect 2 was Clownfish. What the fuck? Oh, stupid. Whatever, Nemo. The messages indicated Born Villain had in fact agreed with Clownfish to post the photos. Per the victim and OP1, these individuals both reside in LA, and that's where the incident was actively occurring in. No direct threats or blackmailing were made to the victim. She was aware, but only by OP1. The victim was advised to contact the proper jurisdiction for where the offense was occurring and to file a report with them as well. The victim was provided a citizen's information notice. Okay. According to the incident report, it was filed on December 19th, 21. A new legal declaration from Marilyn Manson's lawyer shares an email from Evan Rachel Wood. December 21, 21, she sends this emails to Jamie Bell, her ex-partner. She was staying in Tennessee with their son for safety. Yeah, right. All right, let's get a little Zoom action, see if we can read this. From, what is that, Lenore Pink, December 22nd, 2020, James Bell. I am writing this email to you to let you know that Jack and I will be staying in Nashville for the immediate future. As you will soon find out, I'm a material witness in a high-profile criminal investigation which likely will be public in the near future. I have been advised that both Jack and my safety is at risk and that it is in our best interest to remain in Nashville. So then essentially she was using the case to take the child away. A case that didn't even exist, a report that didn't even exist, a criminal investigation that didn't even exist. She used it to take the kid away from him. What a fucking asshole, man. Remain in Nashville. I will forward to you my contact at the FBI, and you should feel free to call with whatever questions you have. I know. God damn it. I know how difficult this is for you to be away from Jack for an extended period of time. I will do whatever I can to accommodate you should you want to come here and visit him whenever you want. Of course, I will facilitate FaceTime with Jack on a frequent basis. I'm available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for understanding during this very difficult time. Shine on? What the fuck? Shine on? What a fucking dick, man. Ugh, shine on. Ugh. You know what that's exactly like? That's when like a girl tries to piss you off. You know what I mean? She pisses you off and then she starts texting you a bunch of bullshit and texting, and then you get into an argument with her through text, and then she says, like, she stops the argument. She's like, okay, well, I'm not going to argue anymore. Have a good day. What? Well, my whole day is fucking ruined now. Now the whole day is ruined. So you saying have a good day literally doesn't do anything. And look at that. I'm remembering. Oh, they used to do that to me all the time. And then you start arguing, and then she says, have a good day. And then you don't respond, right? Because after you respond, after they say have a good day, like they want you to respond. And if you don't respond, they're like, well, why didn't you respond? You're the one that said have a good day. So that's what I did. What the fuck? Okay, now we're going to go back to some Amber. Look at this. Look at these three mainstream media headlines. Johnny Depp's online fandom is toxic toward domestic abuse survivors. Amber Heard describes vitriol from Johnny Depp supporters. I'm harassed on a daily basis. She's a person. Amber Heard supporters endure insults and mockery. That is from, what is that, NBC News, from People Magazine, and from the Washington Post. Now look at this. Johnny Depp burning in hell. So what about that, Washington Post? What about that, People Magazine? What about that? What was the other one? NBC News? What about that? Huh? You fucking pieces of shit, mainstream media, pieces of fuck. Huh? And this gets me so angry. This is why I hate these people. I hate them all with a passion. And maybe that'll be one of the main reasons I don't like succeed in this game as much as I want to, even though I think I know I'm still going to succeed because I want to work hard. But these people fucking suck. They're horrible people. Horrible, horrible people. And look at the three. Well, this one doesn't say who wrote it, and this one, okay, let's see. No, this one doesn't say who wrote it. This one doesn't say who wrote it. And then look at this one, Emily Yar, right there. Toxic feminist, no doubt in my mind. Toxic feminist, or a trans person. I mean, that doesn't look like a woman. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so look at this crap. Johnny Depp burning in hell, right? All right, that's one. So let's get this straight. Washington Post, NBC News, People Magazine, Johnny Depp burning in hell, that's not toxic? What about this? What about people lying? From Twitter, Queen Laura laughing at it. From Geist Rabbit on Twitter, this is just terrible, with that Amber Heard face, obviously approving of it. What about that, Washington Post? What about that, NBC News, People Magazine? What about that? Next one, manifesting this into existence, from Steph83815148. What about that, NBC News, People Magazine, Washington Post? What about that? From Lila's Garrity on Twitter. Two laughing about Johnny Depp burning in hell. What about that? NBC News, Washington Post, People Magazine. More violence from Sassy Carey on Twitter. What about that? NBC News, Washington Post, People Magazine. What about that? And look at this person is verified. This is a verified person wishing death and hell on Johnny Depp. Roslyn Talusin. What about that? Washington Post, People Magazine. What was the other one? NBC News. What about that? What about that? This one, the fake Miss Minutes. He will be soon. He will be dead soon. They're saying he will be dead soon. What about that? Washington Post, People Magazine, NBC News. You pieces of shit. What about that? And I still got more for you, baby. Look at this shit. Right here from Greg Ellis. Just one of the many messages I received for supporting Johnny Depp. Being called a misogynistic cunt with a mental illness and a victim complex just fuels me even more. They make up lies, cast aspersions, send hate. It won't change the fact that Amber Heard is a husband beater. Look at that, I'm starting to get heated. Are you obsessed with Amber Heard because you are projecting the pain of being... Oh, you know what? It doesn't even fucking sound... You can read it. I'm not going to read that whole thing. You can read it. I'm not going to give this person the satisfaction. Now look at this. What about this one? Excuse me. What about this? People Magazine? Washington Post? What about that? Since assassinations are making a comeback, what are we going to do about Johnny Depp? What about that? NBC News? What about that? Fucking assholes. What about that? From Unearthed Muse. Oh, the other one was Alf Russi on Twitter. Look at this one. From Unearthed Muse on Twitter. Scheming, plotting, count your days, Johnny Depp. What about that? NBC News, People Magazine, Washington Post. What about that? Fucking assholes. And this one, Jack Ketch 1 on Twitter. It's all about giving the audience what they want. Depp repeatedly stabbed. What about that? Washington Post, People Magazine, NBC News. You pieces of shit. And this is the last one. Looking for a hitman in the UK. This is when Johnny Depp was having his tour in the UK. What about that? Washington Post, People Magazine, NBC News. What about that? You pieces of shit. What about that? You people are fucking pieces of shit. Every single one of you mainstream pieces of shit is a fucking piece of shit. And I wish I could meet these people in person. I do. And I wish I could talk to them right in their face. That's what I wish I could do. And one day I will. One day I'm going to see them at like a big YouTube conference or something. I swear, I'm going to get in these people's faces and I'm going to own their ass. So that looks like it's about it for today. Oh, okay, yes, there is one more. How much time we got? We got a little tiny bit of time. Let's go into this. We got some more Amber Heard. The social media movement around Depp Heard was, for many, a continuation of Gamergate. What the fuck? That's why, excuse me, that's why it's important that we continue to explore what happened, because it didn't end with the trial. Yeah, we know it didn't end with the trial. We know. We definitely know it didn't fucking end with the trial. Depp Heard was, I would argue, even worse than Gamergate, because the people who accepted the conspiracy at the heart of Depp's defense were oftentimes the demographic that would have opposed Gamergate. It included a demographic of women, domestic violence survivors, and liberals. Look, let me just tell you one thing. My channel is 75% women that watch my channel. And I'd say probably 80% of those, if not even more, are domestic violence survivors. So for you to even think, oh, Gamergate, dude, these women that are domestic violence survivors, they heard her on the audios. They heard her say, I hit you with a door and I punched you in the face. They heard her, dude. Okay, Cat 10 Barge, look, another verified douchebag on Twitter. They heard her. And you want to know what you're doing by doing this kind of shit? You're insulting their intelligence, because you make it seem as if they don't know what's going on because they're women. Oh no, they're domestic violence survivors. So they accepted the conspiracy. What do you mean accepted the conspiracy? You're insulting their intelligence. They heard her. Tell the world, Johnny, tell the world you're a victim of domestic violence. They heard her, the domestic violence survivors, dude. And some of the women were commenting on my TikToks. They were like, oh my God, she sounds like my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, because these women are aggressive as fuck now. And let's just run through these. Most people who don't know what Gamergate is, I don't know what that is. Didn't it have something to do with women online and they were always getting picked on or some shit? Outside of very online circles, but everyone knew about the trial and saw the anti-Amber propaganda. Yeah, right. It also caused a huge population to lose faith in the mainstream media because they didn't understand why mainstream media questioned the conspiracy. No. It has nothing to do with a conspiracy. They lost faith in the mainstream media because they literally watched the trial. They saw Amber Heard lie, and then they saw the mainstream media defending Amber Heard. That's why, you moron. This was the people's QAnon. Oh, come on. Why do you have to bring politics into this? Why do these people have to bring politics into this every time, man? This was the people's QAnon, and it's still going, just like QAnon kept going after Trump laws. No, now we have even bigger media-hating, conspiracy-primed population. It's not going to end well. No, it's not, because everybody has figured out that the mainstream media is lying to them. We've all figured it out. Sorry, Cat 10 Barge, you fucking moron. Everybody's figured it out. Don't be mad because everybody figured out these toxic feminists in media are all lying, dude. Don't be mad. Also, in regards to the screenshot in my initial tweet, okay, well, we can't even see that screenshot, so whatever. But all the tweets were full of shit. So, Cat 10 Barge, you're full of shit. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it there. I think that's going to be about it. I think it's just so easy now, you know, and like I had said last week, are we just going to come on my show? Am I just going to come on my show every single day and just talk about the same thing over and over? Originally, I said, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, I'm tired of it. And now, you want me to tell you what? There are a lot of people on Twitter. They're doing revisionist history with the Amber Heard story. So I think that it's now we got to start fighting again for Amber Heard. Excuse me, for Johnny Depp. We got to start fighting Amber Heard again. I have no problem doing it. I'll make Amber Heard videos every day. I'll roast that woman every day. And I could say another word for that, but I care about my subscribers more. I could roast her ass every day. So let's do it. Fine. Y'all want to do some revisionist history? Okay. I could drop your ass every time I find one of those tweets. No problem. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for staying with me this long. Click the little bell. We will catch you next time.